fans were happy to learn the towering god Tyr was alive and would be making an appearance in the sequel. It got me thinking, how does he tie in Faye's plan, and importantly, what are the implications regarding not only Ragnarok, but also the father's son? One of Tyr's most obvious roles will be to help befriend the beast Fenrir. In Norse mythology, before the Aesir bind Fenrir with an unbreakable chain, the wolf asks for a god to extend their arm into his mouth. If indeed his suspicions of trickery were true, he would bite the arm off as retribution, and he did. This is even foreshadowed in the character showcase for Tyr, where we can see him holding his arm, the same right arm that was bitten off. Now from here, Tyr's importance seems to fade away, or at least it seems like that initially. However, there are many roles I can see him playing which are not too far-fetched. Let's start with why the father-son sought out the imprisoned god in the first place. The pair have got their hands full, with conflict around the corner from more than just the Aesir. Kratos can be seen in the trailer considering another option other than war, at least temporarily, which to me implies peace or negotiation as the alternative. Who better to help with that than Tyr, the peace-loving god of war in these lands. Tyr can also offer his allegiance. We have to remember Tyr was loved by all the races, and no doubt many of them swore loyalty to him. After all, he united all the races by having them build the temple. We can even see Tyr's army fighting for him in the art book when Odin attacked the temple. Having his allies fighting by our side come Ragnarok would potentially tip the odds in our favour. Now, other than political gain, what can Tyr offer the father-son individually? Let's start with Kratos. They are both gods of war, however the way they carry the title is vastly different. Kratos was awarded the title for killing the former god of war, Ares. Whenever faced with friction from the gods, he always answered with violence. Tyr on the other hand believed that peace was the answer. It was Tyr that tried to broker peace between the Aesir and the Xevnir, even if it was unsuccessful. Which brings me to my point. While Kratos has lived a life full of experience and growth, there is arguably one thing he never learned: the power of peace. Being consumed by the will for vengeance, it's understandable why Kratos has been blind to peace being used as a strategy. But things are different now. While his old life still echoes at him, he has ultimately learned to live with it. Atreus and Faye also helped him become more compassionate. But with that being said, he still only knows the language of war when faced with conflict. Which is where I believe Tyr could help him. Holding the title of God of War, Tyr knows the weight of that title better than anyone. It's also more than likely, based on this vase found at his temple, he also knows Kratos' story. There really is no one better to teach the power of peace than Tyr, which is what the pair may need to deal with the upcoming fight. Moving on to Atreus, how can we expect their relationship to develop? We can see Atreus' fondness for Tyr in God of War 2018 and even in lore and legends. When he sees the imprisoned god, he shouts out his name in a manner as if he is worried. Not to mention, we wouldn't find Tyr if Atreus hadn't recommended seeking him out. I believe Tyr will play the role of an alternative father figure to Atreus, but you may say, he has Kratos, his biological father. While Kratos has taught him many valuable lessons such as discipline, survival and strategies in battle, there are many things he has yet to teach him, such as peace. Now it's understandable why he did not, as I believe even Kratos himself doesn't fully understand what that is. And now they're in a difficult situation where even if Kratos is not considering war as an option, he cannot convince Atreus otherwise, because he never taught him that in the first place. And so now you have a curious teen potentially about to step in trouble. Based on the man in the mural, who I have always thought is Tyr, I believe Tyr knows his inevitable end. Why do I say this? Because there are depictions of him meeting Faye in the previous game. However, I am convinced that Tyr knows his death will have weight. I can see Atreus growing a bond with Tyr and teaching him many valuable lessons. When he then loses him, his death will be a catalyst for change for Atreus in some important way. Maybe the awakening of a power, but I can't say what exactly. All I can say is, Atreus looks to be devastated in the mural, which is confirmed by the translation of the runes, which roughly read as, Death, Father, Mourned, Betrayal. Who could have betrayed him? But as always, I would love to hear what you guys think. Do you think Tyr will teach the father-son important lessons? Or perhaps something else? I want to take the time to thank everyone who has helped me reach 1000 subscribers. I am truly beyond grateful. Please consider leaving a like and subscribing for the sake of Ragnarok. That would mean more than the 9 realms put together. As always, thank you for your time. Take care.